Hi guys, so my trusty notebook is out, and when that comes out means I have a lot to say, so just get ready and be prepared for a long video. Basically, this video is about a certain scandal that has happened recently in Singapore. For those who don't know, I'm actually Singaporean, but I'm studying in London for my final year. And because I've been here for almost coming to 3 years in London, I haven't really been up to date with incidents and events that happened in Singapore. But because this article that came out and this situation has become viral so fast, I felt I had to read up on it and like make sure I know what was going on. And literally it became viral overnight because the whole thing started, I think, last Friday, so it was 19th April, and I went to sleep, and when I woke up, this whole situation and scandal was all over my Instagram, to the extent that even my god sister in Perth, who has lived in Perth for so long, actually made like an Insta story, a series of Insta stories about the situation, because she felt so strongly about the whole thing that she had to speak up about it. So it's amazing how media has really advanced to now all over the world. Something that has happened in Singapore has actually reached other countries, and other Singaporeans in other parts of the world have heard about it. So I felt like I should really speak up about it as well, because this is about, okay, the article is basically about the Monica Baey and Nicholas Lim scandal that has happened in Singapore. I felt really strongly about the situation, although it's kind of late how I'm commenting about the situation right now. I felt really strongly about it because the victim, Monica, I don't know her personally, but I have classmates from secondary school who know her, so I know her through mutual acquaintances. And when I read and saw that this article and this situation is about her, I felt really shocked, and it was very surreal because she's the same age as me, and it's shocking how this can happen to someone who is my age. So here is my take on this whole situation. This is basically the Monica Baey Nicholas Lim scandal. So I have my book with all the information that I have found about the situation, and I'll just relay to you what happened, which is going to be quite long. Basically, Monica Baey is a 23-year-old woman, and she's a third-year communications undergrad at NUS, which is the National University of Singapore. And last November, she was taking a shower in her hostel, which is the Yusof Hall, in the bathroom, and while she was showering, she noticed a mobile phone peeping out from underneath the cubicle door, and before she could catch the person and react, the mobile phone camera was taken away and the perpetrator dashed out of the bathroom before she could catch the person. After that, she took to social media because she felt basically the punishment that was given wasn't good enough for the offense, and she took to Insta story on 19th April, Friday 2019, and posted a series of Insta stories telling what had happened, the situation, what actions are being done. Basically what has happened is the university gave the CCTV footage to the authorities of the crime. Clearly shows a man entering the toilet and a video of Monica as well. So it's basically the footage that the perpetrator had taken of Monica that was also passed to the authorities. What was done was the police gave Nicholas, the offender, 12-month conditional warning, which means he's a first-time offender, so this is his first crime. If he does commit a second crime, he will be charged for his first crime and his second crime. So that's why he was only given a 12-month conditional warning. And the university's punishment, which I think was totally ridiculous, he was given a 1-semester suspension. He's banned from entering any campus residence and had to write a compulsory apology letter to Monica. Nicholas also messaged Monica claiming he was under alcoholic influence when the crime happened, and how sorry he was about the whole situation. So the reason why Monica took to social media and Instagram was that she felt the actions and the punishments given to Nicholas was not good enough for the crime he committed, and she did not feel safe and did not feel that the university was taking enough action to make her feel safe after the whole emotional trauma that she went through. What she wants is real change done, and she wants NUS to give real consequences to perpetrators who commit such acts. Monica was really upset when a university staff member tried to explain that the punishments given to Nicholas was a serious offense and how this is what had to be done. And Monica was not satisfied with the explanation, and she felt he got away with a slap on the wrist. So after any emotional incident or event that has happened to anybody, you would definitely have emotional trauma, emotional fear. This is actually what happened to Monica, because after the incident she was unable to go to a bathroom alone, as she felt it was going to happen again, because she has heard that incidents besides her own has happened before, where people take videos of you in the bathroom and they've not been brought up to the university because the victims were too afraid about the whole thing and did not bring it up. So she was afraid to go because she was afraid it would happen again. She wants change, basically. As I mentioned earlier, she wants to negotiate a fair set of penalties to be given to any perpetrator, to actually reprimand them through expulsion, re-education, or even community service. So basically, she said it's not her place to demand that all perpetrators get expelled from school, but she wants the university and NUS to provide a set of visible consequences for anyone who commits any sexual misconduct. But as she said that, a criminal lawyer commented that the crime that was committed by Nicholas, which was recording sexual videos of Monica, is a serious offense, but the police punishment depended on the recording. So basically, the recording given to the authorities, CCTV, as well as the recording made by Nicholas, that's the recording that they're referring to. So a possible reason why he could have gotten a conditional warning was that it could be he didn't record fully. In such cases, a warning is given. I don't understand what they mean by the term fully. Anyway, I'll get to that. The criminal lawyer also said that the victim has the right to demand an explanation from the police regarding why he was given a conditional warning, which is what she did. Monica posted that the investigation officer had informed her if she wanted more action and more punishment to be taken, that she had to go to the university. And then the University Dean of Students, Peter Pang, made a statement how he was expressing his apology and concern for Monica, and how they are reaching out to her to get the help, assistance and support that she needs. So university investigations are being carried out, and they will consider these few factors that include the severity of the offense, the need for justice for the victim, rehabilitative needs of offender, safety of the NUS community, and decisions and penalties imposed by the authorities. He also comments that the university does hear out concerns of the public to make the campus safer, and recognizes that advances in camera technology can be easily abused, which I find totally stupid about when they mention that. And because of this incident and how Monica was so brave to actually take to social media and tell her story, more stories and more cases are being brought up, and more students are having the courage to stand up and mention and say what has happened to them, in the sense that more cases about people being taken videoed of in bathrooms. There have been more cases previously, but the victims were too afraid, and now because of Monica, they have the courage to stand up and also tell their story. So it's an alarming number how many cases actually have been gone undetected or have been shoved under the rug. And most of the public, I'm not sure about this, but from what I've been reading, most of the public feel the same as Monica, in the sense that they feel a harsher punishment should be given for the crime, and they should relook at all the rules and the punishments they are going to give to perpetrators, which I think is being done right now. So I'm really happy about it. So that's basically the story of what I've researched on and what I've read. So my views on this whole situation is not simple, it's very complicated. So first instinct is, I feel that I'm very shocked that this happened, because from my personality point of view, I feel like I'm like those pageant girls who want world peace, you know, everything happy, but that's not the case in the world, because there are evil people out there who do such things, and sad things like this do happen in the world. So it's quite upsetting, but I'm kind of glad that Monica was so brave to be able to share her story and speak up about it, because I'm shocked. I don't know how to feel about the whole situation. I'm very upset and very sad that this had to happen. Something bad had to happen to someone in order for the whole situation to be brought up to light and how action to be taken now. But in most cases, this is what happens. Something bad happens, which is why we make change in the world. So yeah, it was really upsetting when I read the article, because as I mentioned, that I don't know the girl personally, but I have friends who do know her. So I feel upset, and it feels so surreal that something like this could happen to somebody who is the same age as me. It could have happened to me, not saying it did, but it could have. And how I'm happy that NUS is being put under spotlight now, because I was just discussing this with my granduncle, how in Asian countries, image is very important in Asian culture. How we're looked at, how people perceive us, how people judge us, and how we want to be looked at by other people. So I feel image has a very important part to play in Singapore society, which is why in Singapore I feel very judged. Like, that's just the culture, that's how we are. Whereas when I came to London, I feel happier here slightly, when at least to studies, because over here nobody gives a shit about what you do, what you dress like, what you look. Really, like, everybody has their own stuff to do here, so they don't care about you, which is why I feel like I've done so many things here that I can't do in Singapore. Because if I think about doing it in Singapore, I would definitely not be able to do it in Singapore, because I would say that person's gonna judge me, people are gonna think I'm crazy if I do that, and I couldn't do it. But like over here in London, I've been given this opportunity to be able to express myself, be free, and be comfortable with who I am. And the reason why I'm bringing up image is because this is what happened to NUS. They actually like swept all of these issues under the rug and tried to keep the victims quiet, because they wanted to protect their image and how the world perceives them, and then they didn't want to taint their reputation. Reputation is really a big problem in Singapore, because when it comes to priorities wise, we always put image over what is right, like morals wise, which is definitely not something that morals should always come first before image, I feel. But it's sad to say, in this day and age in Asian cultures, reputation plays a very important part in making decisions, which shouldn't be right. So I feel, yeah, NUS should reconsider and reconvene to relook at their rules and regulations, and basically what punishments should be given for such acts, because it's about time. I feel Singapore is so advanced sometimes in certain things like technology, but when it comes to like morals and like the culture that really behind. Yeah, that's basically my take on it. So I hope you didn't get bored about me expressing my views on this whole topic, but I felt like I just needed to say something because I normally don't feel like I have an opinion about most things, but when I do, it's very rare, so I had to record this, especially now that I have my camera and my channel. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope I didn't bore you. Bye!